Welcome to my complete guide on how to cut the wolf cut. You might have been wondering if this haircut even works for your face shape or if your hair type can handle it. I'm going to answer all of your questions because this haircut's not as hard as it seems, and it can work for all the hair types depending on the techniques you use. So whether you have super thick hair, thin hair, straight or wavy, even curly hair, this haircut's going to look great when you air dry it, and if you blow dry it, it's going to give you that cool anime edgy kind of texture. So I'm going to show you from sectioning to cutting to styling how you can get this haircut step by step, and it's going to be super easy. If you're ready to get into this brand new haircut, let's get started. Here's the before. We're starting with naturally wavy hair texture that has a medium density and some grown out layers. So if that's you, you're the perfect candidate for this haircut. Let's start with sectioning. Split the hair down the middle all the way to the back. Then split the front from the back. This is going to give you 4 quadrants and is a standard sectioning pattern for hairstylists. Once you have your quadrants, separate the back from the nape. To cut the nape, we're going to start with a vertical subsection down the center of the head. This is the first guide, so we've got to cut a clean line to follow. We're going to elevate the hair to 90 degrees, which basically means hold the section straight out from the head. Now, you're going to cut a layer that moves from short to long. The trick is to stand in front of the section you're cutting, hold the hair vertically, and then point your fingers towards the head to create a diagonal cutting line. That's going to give us that soft, layered effect that moves from short to long. Once you've cut a section, grab a small piece of that section as your new guide and repeat. Keep doing this until the entire nape area is done. Now we'll move on to the back section. For this part, we're creating a new guide in the center back of the head. Start by using the top of the nape section as your length guide. Pull each section out to 90 degrees and cut a line that leaves volume to the top. This means point your fingers away from the head. Take another section, comb it back to that guide, and connect the two. This technique is called over-direction to a stationary guide. And now all of the sections following will be pulled back to that center guide. What this does is it creates a shape that's shorter in the back and gradually gets longer to the front. You can use this method for other haircuts, like A-line bobs or side tails. Now we're moving on to the face frame. And for this, we're going to use that same over-direction technique, but this time pulling the hair forward to create shorter layers in the front that get longer towards the back. So start with a thick diagonal back subsection near the face. Cut the shortest layer right to the tip of the nose, and then let it get longer as you move towards the bottom. Once that's set, take smaller subsections from behind and connect them to the guide you just cut. The key here is to lift the hair up as you cut, not holding it too low. Lifting the hair higher creates softer layers. This is called elevation, and it's one of the reasons why you see stylists lift the hair high for long layers. The higher the elevation, the softer the layers will look when they dry. Before we start drying, make sure you got your favorite products in the hair. I'm using a light texturizing mist from Kenra Pro, and this gives hold without making the hair stiff or crunchy. As you dry, you'll start to see the shape come to life. There's volume at the crown with soft layers that flow and frame the face nicely. Now here's when we can really transform the hair with texturizing. This is where we personalize the cut using slicing or point cutting techniques to remove any bulk and create movement. So look for any blunt lines and point cut them away. You can also slice into thicker sections to create movement and texture. So I'm just feeling the hair and visually looking for spots that need thinning or softening. And just a heads up, don't overdo it. So you don't want to accidentally cut it shorter than you meant to, and if you texturize too much, you might just do that. For styling, I love Kenra Platinum's Silkening Gloss and Dry Texture Spray. This combo gives a soft, fluffy look and a lot of volume. And that's it. It's a flawless wolf cut with texture and movement. The style is kind of edgy, but can also be customized to work with your unique hair type. If you have a rounder face and you want to customize the layers, add a little bit more to kind of frame around the cheekbone down towards the jaw, or extend the face framing layers to go past the jaw so that it gives you a lengthening look. I hope this tutorial helped you feel confident about cutting a wolf cut.